This is my 2023 Toyota GR86, and today we're going to be modifying it using only parts that I got from Temu. Not only do we have parts for the interior, but we also have a few mods for the exterior as well. So without further ado, enough talk, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Thinking about starting off with these two right here. If you guys have watched my videos before, you may have seen that I've actually previously installed a livery on my 86. What we have right here inside this package should be like a little decal slash livery, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it unraveled and laid out onto the driveway. That way I can show you guys how it looks. It may be a little bit hard for you guys to see this. I'll throw a picture on the screen just to give you a reference. This thing was only like $5, so I'm really interested to see how it's gonna look. So I got the livery put onto the car right now. It's just on there with some painter's tape. This kind of just gives me an idea of how it will look before I actually stick it on there fully. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it and just see how it looks. Now that we got the driver's side all fully finished up, let's go ahead and do the same thing on the passenger side. While we're adding these decals onto the car, I also got these stickers right here that go onto the mirrors. To be honest, I'm not really a big fan of the way this one looks, but let's go ahead and get it installed on the other side as well. And just like that, we have the livery on the rocker panel and the little decals on the side view mirrors. Now that both of those are installed, let's go ahead and get the car pulled out. That way I can show you guys how it looks. Now that we got the car pulled out, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look. I honestly think it's pretty cool, and for $5, it's not too bad. I'm not a huge fan of the way that the side view mirrors look though, but the little decal slash livery for the rocker panel I think looks honestly pretty good. Let's go ahead now and get the 86 pulled back into the garage and install some more of the parts. Up next, if you guys take a look, you guys will see that I have my fourth brake light off the car because I have a rear bash bar on my 86. Because this isn't on the car anymore, I can't use the reverse lights or the fourth brake light that I added. So instead, what I'm thinking about doing is I got these universal little wireless LED lights, and I'm thinking about putting these behind the bumper, like right here and here. So if we get these unboxed, first thing that we grab out of the package is the chargers for them. And then right here we have the remote and some Velcro to stick onto the back of these. Let's go ahead and get the paper taken out of the controller. Now, hopefully if we hit the on button, these should work. I'm pretty sure these need to be charged first before we can use them. So I'm gonna go ahead and run inside and give them about 10 or 15 minutes and then come back out here and see if they work. Now that we let these charge up for a little while, I'm gonna go ahead and probably just stick them down. I'm not really sure honestly where I'm gonna put these. Maybe like one right here, and then another one right here. Oh, oh my gosh. I was thinking about doing something like this right here, for example, and then doing it on white. That way when the time comes where I need to actually reverse at night, I have this little light right here just to make it a little bit easier for me to see. Of course, I can have my fun with it too and do stuff like this. I'll make sure to pick up the camera later on during the night. That way I can show you guys how much of a difference these lights actually make. But even during the day, they honestly seem like they help out a good bit, and it should be a lot nicer whenever I'm trying to reverse. While we're already doing some stuff to the rear of the car, I might as well grab these right here, which are some universal splitters. So when I get these taken out of the package, it actually comes with some screws right here. Why something like this is actually kind of nice for my car is because, like I said, I have this rear bash bar in the middle and I can't use a normal diffuser on the car. I can still put some little splitter extensions like this on there. I think that it may look really nice because it should flow with the side skirts and the front lip that we have on the car. Before I start drilling anything in, I may just use some 3M and get it held up in place and see how it looks. I was thinking of doing something a little like this. That way it can kind of flow nicely with these side skirts. Oh, honestly, it doesn't look too bad. The only concern that I have is if you guys take a look right here, this doesn't sit flush, obviously, but right over here it does. I mean, you're gonna have to let me know. What do you guys think? I think I honestly may just say screw it and jack up the car and get this drilled in to the rear bumper. Do I trust the hardware that I came with? Probably not, honestly, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyways. What I did was use this little scissor jack to give us a reference on where we need to put it. I think this should be good right here. I think it looks pretty decent. Let's go ahead and grab this one now and do the same thing on the other side. All you gotta say is, that ain't going nowhere. You should be good. We should be good now to just go ahead and lower the car back down. What I'm thinking about installing next is this blue tint right here for the headlights. More specifically, I'm gonna actually use this tint to cover the DRL on the headlight. If you guys look online, there's already a pre-made option for a cutout tint overlay for the DRL, but I'm thinking about using this stuff right here to make my own. There's a couple different ways that you could go about doing this. You could lay the entire tint overlay on the headlight and then cut out the DRL from there, but I don't want to use a razor blade on my headlight. I'm gonna get a pencil and a piece of paper and kind of outline the shape of the DRL. Now that I have a rough outline of how everything is supposed to look, I'll grab this paper now and then bring it over to where the tint is right here, and we can grab this, and basically instead of cutting on the headlight, we can just get the tint and lay it out and cut on top of this. What's nice is that we can actually see straight through this tint, so now we'll just grab a X-Acto blade or some scissors and cut this out. I got both of the DIY headlight DRL overlays cut out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the heat gun and get them laid onto the car. They look alright in my opinion, but there's just some spots that you won't be able to cover on the DRL because of the headlight shape. But overall, I think it doesn't look half bad. And it's a nice little way to customize your headlights without having to spend a fortune on new ones. We've done a good amount of mods for the exterior. I think it's time that we move on to the interior now. I want to start off with something a little bit simple for the interior, which is a magnetic phone mount. If you own one of these cars yourself, you may know that there's not really a great place to put your phone at besides for maybe inside the cup holder right here or on the passenger side seat. You can just use some of the adhesive 3M that's on the back and just get it stuck in place wherever you want. It comes with these two little magnets right here, one of the bigger sized ones and a smaller one. I could sit here all day and try and make sure this looks perfect, but I'm not going to for the sake of this video. This looks like it should be on there good. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it down, make sure it's on there tight. What's nice is this car mount actually has a little swivel so you can move it back and forth whatever direction you want it to go in. Once it's held in place, you should now be able to just go ahead and stick your phone on there, and just like that, you guys, we have a new phone mount for the 86. The reason why I feel this is so beneficial is because it allows me to monitor and check all my gauges on the car. It even makes it easier whenever I need to go over to stuff like Google Maps and find where I'm going. And it's as simple as just grabbing your phone, just like so, and putting it back on. Get another package opened up. Oh, I know what this is. So this one's actually something I've never really done before. If you guys look closely, it's called a hand sewing steering wheel cover. Online, I've seen those kits that people get where they completely cover their steering wheel with a cover and then they stitch it on the threads, kind of like this right here. What we got inside this package is a fully black suede slash like Alcantara. I don't think it's actually Alcantara, but a little suede cover. And it has the little blue stitching right here, which should go along nicely with the color of the car. So we can go ahead and open this up, see how it looks. It comes with a little sewing set right here. I don't know if there's a needle or not. I'm sure, hopefully there is. And then of course the actual cover itself. This goes on, I'm pretty sure something like this. I actually have you guys on my head mount right now. I've already done this side right here just to give myself an idea of how to do it. What you're gonna go ahead and do first is obviously thread the needle and get enough stitching, probably like 2 arms length worth. You'll go ahead and get it adjusted into the spot that you want it to. Come around to the back side. Just go like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the needle through down on this. Just like so. And you don't want to do too much because it can kind of be a little bit hard to manage all of this. I'm going to go ahead and make a double knot and tie off the thread. What you're going to essentially do is, say this is the thread that you went through, you're going to skip one of them and then come to the next one like this. So I'll show you guys right now. It's a little hard for me to explain because this is my first time doing this, so I'm not exactly an expert. Go ahead, skip one, come do the other hole right here. And then skip one, do the same on the other side. So many of you guys have told me in the past to get a carbon fiber steering wheel for the 86, and I would definitely like to do that at some point. But I figured it would just be fun to see how this would look. Now that I got this bottom section done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the top. I genuinely think that this looks really good. The only thing that I don't like about it is the fact that it covers up the GR logo on the steering wheel. But besides from that, I think it's overall a great budget mod to change up the look of the steering wheel. Now we're gonna install this little ambient lighting kit. Inside the package, we have the USB connector right here. Set that off to the side. And then all the little wiring for the lights. So to get these to work, it's as simple as plugging them into a USB port. And then you're going to come around to one of the edges right here and then grab this port and plug it into the end, kind of like so. And then now you'll just turn on the ignition of the car and you'll see that the lights are all turned on now. Now it's up to us to decide on where we're going to route this to. Now it's not in fully yet because I still have a few places where I need to kind of tuck it a little bit better. But this kind of gives you guys a rough idea of how the ambient lighting kit looks in the car. It's honestly not too bad. I'm not really sure whether or not I enjoy it or not. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's a little too much going on. What's nice is that you can download this app right here and save it to a preset color instead of having it flash through all the random colors. If I plan on keeping these in the car, I'm probably gonna just keep them on blue. While we're on the topic of interior lighting, I figured I would also pick up one of these right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this plugged into the USB right here. What that's gonna do is give us a Starlight headliner. If we take a look at my brother Jordan's Civic Si, get the ignition turned on, and you'll see that me and him went through the long process of installing a real Starlight headliner in his car. They look amazing, and I figured why not try and create a similar effect in my 86. Let's go ahead and hop back in now. And we'll go around to this right here. Kind of just angle this in a way where it projects all the light towards the roof of the car. Now that the lights have turned off, we can go ahead and hit the ignition. And you guys will see, if you look closely, that there's these red lights now on the top. What's cool is that you can actually adjust it by turning this knob right here at the top. And you see when we turn the knob, the design looks a little bit different. So if we go like this right here, bro, that actually looks pretty real. I'm not even gonna lie. I kid you not, it took us probably like 2 or 3 days to get that headliner installed in Jordan's car. And this took a matter of 30 seconds, and it genuinely doesn't look too bad. I'll go ahead and turn the light off. That way it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. You can move this around and kind of angle it downwards to fit the shape of your roof. I definitely think that this was a pretty cool one if you're looking to get that same Starlight headliner effect in your car. I figured this would also be a great opportunity to get the car pulled out onto the driveway. That way you can see how the car looks with all the new mods at night. All right, good morning, you guys. It's officially the next day. I wanted to take the car out to a location where I could showcase all the new mods that we installed. So let's go ahead and get the car started up and we'll head out. So what do you guys think? Is it possible to modify your car using parts only from Temu? I would say yes. Depending on your situation, they may have exactly what you're looking for. And although the parts that we installed weren't super crazy, I still had a lot of fun and it was really interesting to see how they would look on the 86. So with that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give it a like down below. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you're new. That way you can stay up to date on all the content that I post with my 86, just like this. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.